Hello, I hope you've enjoyed my 5 other videos, and if you haven't watched them yet, feel free to pause this one and go and watch those. If you know of anyone that would benefit from these video series, please share them with them. I would love to get this information out there to help other people. In this video, I'm going to outline what is the ketogenic diet and how you can get started on it today. What is the ketogenic diet? It is the best way to tap into our ancient systems, the way our DNA is actually wired for. It's very anti-inflammatory, and it's very pro-healing, and it really is a great way of living. The keto diet, it is low in carbohydrates. This means no starchy foods, no grains, and no sugars, which sounds scary. Oh, I couldn't go without my bread. But actually you can. And did you know, side note, that usually the one thing that you say, I couldn't possibly stop eating, or I would miss something, often that's actually something your body is reacting badly to. And so usually what you crave is the worst thing for you. So you have a think, what is it that you crave? Chances are your body's reacting badly to it. The reason that this works is that you eat the thing, your body reacts badly to it, and it hurts it, and so your brain will release endorphins, those natural pain relief chemicals, those natural opiates, which are addictive, of course. And so if you say, I couldn't possibly give up my whatever, try and give it up. Give it up for a month, 2 months, and see if you really love it at the end of that, because I think you'll find that maybe you don't anymore. I used to be like that with bread and pasta, and I gave up both of them, and after a month I'm like, oh, and now the odd bit of fresh bread I would like, but pasta I couldn't care less about anymore. Whereas it used to be I couldn't go a couple of days without having pasta because I really craved it. Anyway, onwards. It is moderate in protein. It is not a high protein diet, but if you use one of the macro calculators, it will tell you how much protein you need to be having to maintain your muscle mass. It gives you the building blocks that you need to grow and develop and keep that muscle mass, because you don't want to be losing your muscle mass because your metabolism will drop with it. And the ketogenic diet is high in healthy fats. Now you want your naturally occurring healthy fats, so things from butter, dairy, avocados, olives, eggs, fish, nuts. So you want your things like butter, coconut oil, MCT oil, lard, dripping, tallow, duck fat, goose fat, meat fats, fish oils, those sorts of things. The ketogenic diet, you want to be avoiding grain and seed oils. These are all chemically extractive with solvents. You can't squeeze a grain and get seed out of, get oil out of it. And these seed oils are highly inflammatory for your body. So these are your things like your soy, your canola, corn oil, rice bran oil, grapeseed oil, all those sorts of things. And the big benefits to keto are well documented in research, but it's the personal stories that really get me going. My own personal story is I've lost 45 pounds so far. I have polycystic ovaries, so it's a bit of a process, and I'm actually pregnant with number 4 right now. So my weight loss obviously is going to stop for a while. But once I've had baby, I'm going to stay on the keto diet, and we'll just see where it takes me. But honestly, it has been life-changing for me, my family, my sisters, my friends. It really has revolutionized things for us. And the ketogenic diet will result in low inflammation. So that's great news for preventing heart disease, which is in my family, dementia, which is in my family, type 2 diabetes, it's in my family. And even many cancers can be halted, some of them even reversed, by going extremely low carb. You get lots of energy, your weight comes off easily, no more hunger, you get to eat yummy food, right? Like, who doesn't love butter? My heartburn's gone, my headaches are gone, I get less oily skin, I get less oily hair. There's so many benefits. Here are a couple of success stories from some of my boot camps that I run. Susan, for example, when she joined our boot camp, 6-week boot camp, she was exhausted, she was anxious, she was absolutely controlled by her carb cravings. By week two, her anxiety and carb cravings were just under control. They were almost completely gone. And by the end of 6 weeks, she'd lost 18 pounds without doing any extra exercise. And then there's Tony. Tony had has polycystic ovaries, and her hormones were just out of control. She has bad acne. Her cycles were all over the show. She had psoriasis. In fact, she hadn't even had a period in 6 months. But by the end of week 4, Tony's skin had almost completely cleared up. Both her acne and her psoriasis were way better, and her period was back. Now 6 months down the track, Tony's cycles are nice and regular. She's lost 45 pounds, and her skin is clear and wonderful. So, how do you keto? What is this keto thing? Well, I've broken it down into 5 easy steps for you. Step 1, which you can do today, stop eating sugar. That is the biggest thing you can do for your own long-term health, is stop eating sugar. Sugar is the foundation of disease in our modern society. It's quite a big call, I know, but I'm gonna make that call. Sugar is inflammatory and it's addictive. Sugar raises your insulin levels in your blood, and this has this ongoing, lasting consequences for your health. When your insulin levels are chronically high, you retain salt, you retain water. In this high state of inflammation, you will continue to gain weight, and your risk of illness just keeps getting higher. To quit sugar, it's quite simple. You just need to stop eating it. Stop buying it, get it out of your house, and then learn the magical word, no. No thanks. I'm good. I'm fine. No, I've just eaten. Go and brush your teeth. Do something. Sugar is in so many things that you'll be surprised about. It's in our bread, it's in our ketchup, it's in our mustard, it's in our mayonnaise, it's in beets, it's in pickles, it's in peanut butter. Who puts sugar in peanut butter? So you need to read your packets. If it has anything that sounds like sugar, it's probably sugar. Coconut sugar, agave nectar, rice syrup, molasses, maltodextrin. Watch that one. It's in everything. All of these things will raise your blood sugar and raise your insulin levels, and they just need to go. Step 2, stop eating the grains and the starchy foods. So next on the list of all the things that your body will simply just convert straight to sugar is these things. So now it doesn't matter if it's slow release or low GI or whatever you want to call it, grains and starchy foods are going to raise your blood sugars and they're going to raise your insulin levels. So for that, you want to avoid the grains, corn, wheat, barley, rye, oats. All of these are very inflammatory and are just best in life avoided altogether. Other starchy foods like sweet potato, yams, rice, quinoa, couscous, bread, pasta. Yes, that's even gluten-free pasta and gluten-free bread, tapioca, taro, and pretty much any vegetable that grows under the ground that are considered starchy. These foods are all going to spike your insulin, and they need to be avoided on the keto diet. However, you can eat any vegetable that grows above the ground is generally considered fine. So leafy greens, cauliflowers, broccolis, cabbage, lettuce, what else? Spinach, all those greeny things, most of your herbs, all those things that can grow above the ground, and even things like, in slightly lesser volumes, like tomatoes, bell peppers, we call them capsicums, cucumbers, and even some things like turnips and radishes and carrots in smaller amounts are okay because they're not super starchy like your potatoes and your yams would be. Number 4 you need to be doing is eat your protein. Ideally, you need to be getting around, for an adult, around 100 to 120 grams of protein a day. I recommend that you look up a keto macros calculator that will work out how much you need. This is the amount that you'll need for maintaining your muscle mass that you've got, and it needs to be your priority. When you're eating a ketogenic diet, get that protein in, because if you're not getting your set amount of protein for the day, you will be burning away your muscles, which, yes, it will look great on the scales because your weight will be dropping, but eventually it will drop your basal metabolism and your weight loss will slow right down and you'll feel weak and pathetic, which is not what we're going for. So get that protein in. because no food is actually 100% protein, this isn't 100 grams of meat a day. What we're actually saying is you're going to need to be eating between 300 and 400 grams of protein foods in a day. These can include meat, fish, eggs, hard cheese, cream cheese, nuts. 30 grams of cheese, nuts, and meat, or 1 egg. They all contain about 7 grams of protein in each of those. So they're all much of a muchness with the proportion of protein in there. With the cheese, cream cheese, and nuts, you do need to watch the carb content of those, and it's really easy to overeat on these things because they're not zero carb options like a meat or a fish is. Number 5, the thing that the keto diet is totally based on is the high fat. So you should be, to do this effectively, you should be getting 60 to 80% of your daily calories coming from fat. And I know this sounds hard, and it's your number of daily calories, right? Not the proportion on your plate. It's not like you're dividing your plate and 80% of what's on the plate is fat. It's not like that. Carbohydrates and protein both have 4 calories per gram. Fat has 9 calories per gram, so it's almost twice as dense. So you can have quite a bit less in size and still be getting a huge amount of calories with fat. These fats should be naturally occurring fats, so ghee, butter, tallow, dripping lard, olive oil, coconut oil, avocados, fish, eggs, meat, nuts, those sorts of things. And again, avoiding those processed oils. The problem with the processed oils is your body they're pro-inflammatory, right? And they go rancid really easily, which means they can run around and do all sorts of oxidative damage in your body, none of which you want and none of it's pleasant. But the problem with them really is your body doesn't know what to do with them. They don't know, it can't burn it. It doesn't know what to do with them. So it actually uses them to build your cell walls. And the thing is, they're usually slightly bent wrong, or they're not quite right. And now fundamentally your cells are a bit broken. So you need to be eating those natural healthy fats so your body can regenerate its cells from the inside out. Now the trick with fat is you need to be eating enough fat that you can go from one meal to the next without being hungry and needing a snack. And as your body adjusts to burning fat as fuel, you'll find that you need less and less fat because your body's working out how to access your own stored fat. But in the beginning, things like fat bombs are really helpful because they help you realize how much fat you need to be eating at meals. And if you're hungry in between times, grab a fat bomb. It's mostly fat. You know it's not bad for you. And it's just training your body when it's craving carbs because it can't work out what to do. You're like, no, you need to be burning fat. And eventually it clicks and it will build those extra mitochondria that you need to be burning this fat. The closer you are to your ideal weight, the more fat you're going to need to be eating and the more calories you're going to need to be eating. But your body will tell you that. You will just naturally be more hungry as you're closer and closer to your recommended weight. Now you're welcome to give this keto thing a go by yourself. There's heaps of information out there. I've got lots and lots on one of my websites is naturalearthymama.com, and there is lots of information on there. However, science shows time and time again, if you genuinely want to lose weight, you need support and you need some accountability. So either jump in with a friend and keep yourselves accountable, or if you want some real support in getting this set up and doing it right, I actually run a 6-week boot camp. So they're technically 7 weeks. The first week's prep week where I set up your macros for you and give you recipes and all those sorts of things. And then for 6 weeks you get one-on-one coaching in a group situation. So we have a private Facebook group just for that particular boot camp. You get personalized macros, you get personalized troubleshooting, daily accountability. You get given 6 weeks worth of meal plans all for free through Earthladder. You get shopping lists, and as well as that you get your support and empathy, encouragement. And the whole group, they all get in and get on behind each other. It's really nice to see. And a ketogenic diet is something that can help you with carb cravings, weight loss, anxiety, with your energy levels, with your hormones, especially if you've got polycystic ovaries. And why should you get me to do it? Well, I, for one, I know the power of keto, not just in my own life, but it has changed the course of my extended family's lives as well. I'm a registered nurse, so I guess I have a bit of a head start in understanding jargon and medical terminology. But more importantly, my job as a nurse is to explain those things, those complex, hard things, in a way that the general public can understand. And now I'm a certified ketogenic living coach, and I'm actually able to share all this knowledge with you in bite-sized chunks, just the right information right when you need it. Personally, I have struggled with polycystic ovaries and being overweight my whole adult life. I have tried everything to lose weight, but nothing would actually maintain it, to keep it off. I've tried pills and shakes and over-exercising and Weight Watchers and all sorts of things. I've tried paleo, it worked, but not forever. Eventually my body caught up with me and I would put the weight back on. With keto, I've managed to lose 45 pounds in 6 months without any additional exercise, and the weight just continues to fall off. Now my hormones are settled, my cycles are regular, and after years of infertility, I've managed to get pregnant without actually trying. It was a bit of a surprise. So I'm really excited. The real transformations I'm seeing in myself and in my immediate family is quite amazing. And my friends and my workmates that are also doing this keto thing, it's honestly life-changing. And I encourage you to revolutionize your life and give it a go. And if you're keen to join me on the next boot camp, I would love to have you there. There's a description on the bottom of the page of how you can join up. And if you know of anyone that would really benefit from this, please grab them, join them. Both of you come and join in. Things are always more fun when there's more than one of you, right? And if you know of anyone that would benefit from this video, please, please, please share it. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next boot camp. Thanks. Bye.